Good afternoon. Welcome to the Women's Lacrosse Championship game between Arizona State University and UCLA. My name is Craig Stevens, and I'm with South Mountain Sports. I'll be bringing you the play-by-play of the game today, and I'll be joined by my associate, Chris Ross. Partly into the game today as we're covering several different lacrosse games. This season, the Sun Devils are 5-0 in conference. They have an 8-7 overall record, and they're playing here in the championship game because they had wins yesterday of 20-10 versus Cal Poly and 11-6 over the host, Grand Canyon. UCLA, being 3-0 in conference and 12-1 overall, had wins yesterday of 19-3 versus Cal Davis and 15-4 versus California. Both of these teams are high energetic, have very high goal scorers, great defense, and are looking to be able to move on with an automatic qualifier today to the championship tournament being held in Kansas the first part of May. Talking with Ida Ritchie, the head coach of ASU, there's a number of things that she thought were some of the keys to the game today, some of which are draw control and having lots of legs to be able to play. It's not only just that it's the second game, or the second day of back-to-back days of playing with the doubleheader yesterday, but the temperature today is going to be in the mid to high 80s, which for Arizona this time of year is a little bit warmer than normal. However, that definitely tests the legs, the durability of all the players. Also talking with the head coach of UCLA, which is Sarah Duncan, one of her keys is she also talked about her team depth and her overall teamwork being critical to their game. Because one of the things with UCLA is they have 3 goal scorers that have a significant number of goals this season. For example, number 7, Rowdy Farmer, she's a sophomore attacker. She has 31 goals this season. They specifically mentioned, the coaches did, Caroline Underwood, a freshman attacker who has 41 goals this season, and Tabitha Chang, she has 30 goals this season, and not only does she have that, but she's a main facilitator and they really rely on her for draw control. She has 69 different draw control wins so far this year, which is obviously a significant thing. So the two coaches have very, very, very similar things in common that they believe need to be done for them to be able to win the game today. So about 5 minutes from the start of the game, the referees are meeting here in front of us in center field as we're here at the campus of Grand Canyon University on the western side of Phoenix. As we said, it's going to be in the mid to high 80s today, but there's not a cloud in the sky. It is an absolute picture-perfect Chamber of Commerce afternoon here in Phoenix, Arizona. We're glad to be able to have you here on South Mountain Sports. For those of you who are new to listening to us today, we are a nonprofit organization, and we are committed to the success of women's lacrosse here throughout the Valley and throughout the United States. We cover all the primary lacrosse tournaments here within the Valley as well as we cover the events for the club lacrosse teams for Arizona State, for Grand Canyon University, and for the University of Arizona. We also cover a number of local events for our high school lacrosse teams and put together videos and demonstrations for people trying to be able to help them as they continue their lacrosse careers. That's one of the reasons that we look for donations from people as a nonprofit, because we help those that are underprivileged to try to be able to help them participate in this fabulous growing support of lacrosse that's continuing to grow throughout the United States. So it's roughly about 3.5 minutes left to go in the game. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back to you for the opening draw. Again, I'm Craig Stevens, and thank you very much for listening to today's game here on South Mountain Sports. Okay, we're back. Here's just over 1 minute before we're supposed to begin playing. Both these teams were upset in this tournament last year, and so both are definitely looking for redemption and trying to be able to win the cup and the automatic bid to the national finals. Both teams were, although they were upset, they both made it to the nationals for the last 2 years in a row. Both these teams are also nationally ranked. So we're looking forward to a great game today. One of the things that is interesting with both teams is both teams only have 3 seniors on the team. That is pretty rare for teams that are at this level that have come so far that are nationally ranked. As an example, for Arizona State, you have Bella Bozo, a senior attacker. You also have Olivia Schumann, who's a senior midfielder, and Riley Wilson, who's a senior midfielder. The Sun Devils also have a senior goalie in Alex Gross. The seniors for UCLA are Cindy Rippey, Zoe Moskowitz, and Cecilia Brooks. They also have a senior goalie in Mario Gallo. So with 3 regular seniors and 1 goalie for each team apiece. Again, these are very young teams, so not only are they looking to participate in today's finals, But you'd fully anticipate that they'll be playing in these finals for years and years to come. As you may have been able to hear, as the Sun Devils just broke their huddle and are taking the field, UCLA is gathered around their coach, having last-second conversation. They'll be taking the field shortly. One of the things here at Grand Canyon is, with the tournaments going on, there are several games that are happening at the same time. So we are playing back-to-back fields, so you may hear from time to time different yells and screams and be wondering exactly what they might be yelling at. And it very well could be fans sitting behind us. Our vantage point literally is almost at midfield, right in the middle of the action, to be able to give you the best play-by-play action that we possibly can. Sun Devils today will be wearing their black uniforms, where UCLA will be in white with their traditional blue and gold in trim.
Hey, we're locked in right now. We're locked in. This is our game.
In goal for the Sun Devils starting out is number 9, Alex Lacrosse, a senior goalie from Amherst, New Hampshire.
Let's go.
And starting in the goal for UCLA is number 88, Kate Ruiz.
Let's go.
Fans, one of the things that you may see right now is they're actually preparing the goal. They're making sure that everything is perfectly okay, that it makes it easier for the officials to be able to see that a shot doesn't suddenly go underneath the goal crease and go through the goal, so they are making a repair. That's really why there's a delay in the game, as both teams have taken the field, but they're looking to make a repair on the north side goal. Referee is currently checking it. It looks okay, and it looks like we're getting ready to start.
Just hug it. Just hug it. Nice. Thank you.
Again, it's a picture-perfect day. Not a cloud in the sky with a light breeze. Couldn't have asked for anything better for a mid-April day here in Phoenix, Arizona. As we get ready for the opening draw. I know it's just the start of the game, but both coaches actually talked about the importance of winning the draws, as both are very confident in their abilities. And it's picked up by the Sun Devils. Almost a turnover, but Sun Devils do pick it back up. Number 17, Blaine Abrera, going down the side. Blaine has incredible speed. That's one of the things the Sun Devils try to be able to utilize. They want to be intelligent today on their fast breaks. The Sun Devils love, oh my goodness, and speaking of fast breaks, wasn't a fast break, but it was a fantastic goal in front to number 32. Lesha Karaba, a junior attacker from Philadelphia, scoring her 24th goal of the season, and that gives the Sun Devils a quick 1-0 lead. So less than 1 minute to go in the game. The Sun Devils couldn't ask for a better start, winning the opening draw, and within 1 minute, open up a 1-0 lead on the Bruins of UCLA. One of the things that we were saying was the Sun Devils want to be able to fast break, but they want to be intelligent on their fast breaks. They don't want to try and just do it over and over again. They want to be able to take what's there and not force the action. If the fast break is there, great. Take it. Otherwise, pull it out, maintain ball control, and take good shots. So it's the quality of those shots, not the quantity, that they're really looking forward to. As the Sun Devils have it on the far side of the field. Now bringing it over to the near side. They try to be able to force the ball in front. Belavazo tried to be able to force it in front. It was turned away by Kate Ruiz. Kate still has the ball walking up the middle of the field. She was specifically mentioned several times by the UCLA coaches as a key component in today's game, not just in the goal crease, but in getting their offense started. That's obvious as she's taking the ball herself close to the midfield stripe. One of the reasons that this is possible is with there not being a shot clock in club lacrosse makes it much easier to be able to set up and take your time to be able to set up the correct play. As UCLA now has it on the near side. Swing it around quickly to the far side. Right now there's significant ball movement. However, there's not a lot of player movement off the ball. They are going side to side with the ball, but again, not an awful lot of player movement at this point in time, because it looks like they're just probing the Sun Devil defense. And the Sun Devils take it away. Again, as we talked about, number 17, Lena Barra, has significant speed, taking it down the far side of the field. They're looking for that quick fast break opportunity. Now they slow down and set up their offense. You're seeing much more off the ball movement for the Sun Devils. That is one of the reasons why depth will be an issue today. Is can they be able to keep up this kind of ball, their player movement throughout the rest of the game? If you can, it's a significant advantage. Because if you can move the ball from side to side and keep players constantly cutting in front, it's significant problems on the defense. The shot, a nice save there by the UCLA goalie. Obviously, a significant part of the UCLA offense is having their goalies take it and set up their offense, significantly moving downfield. As we approach 10 minutes left to play here in the first quarter, and the score, the Sun Devils 1, UCLA 0. As UCLA looks to be able to set up a fast break, and they do, and they score. It looks like number 13, Carolyn Underwood, with the goal. And if that's the case, that is her 42nd goal of the season. She is the leading goal scorer for the Bruins, and that ties the game at 1 with 9:48 left to play here in the first quarter.
I didn't hear you guys, I'm sorry.
Is UCLA really pushes their teamwork and their depth. But that said, is they really do have 3 players that dominate their goal scoring. And Caroline Underwood, a freshman attacker, is the #1 person on that list. And is a player that the Sun Devils would have to be able to mark if they want to be able to win today's game. Sun Devils take the draw, go right down the middle of the field until they're finally cut off by UCLA. There's still an opportunity before the Bruins have it set up, and a foul has been called against UCLA for a dangerous play. And it looks like number 3, Kelsey Pinta, a junior midfielder from Phoenix, will be taking the shot for the Sun Devils. She comes in, takes the shot, and it goes wide. I couldn't tell if it hit the leg of the goalkeeper or not. The shot does go wide, but the ball remains with the Sun Devils. Oh my, looks like there was a check that went across the face that wasn't called, but there was a goal scored. And the Sun Devils take a 2-1 lead. Looks like the goal for the Sun Devils was by number 7, Brianna Gardner, a junior midfielder from Phoenix, with her 13th goal of the season. And again, that gives Arizona State a 2-1 lead with 8:27 left here in the first quarter. So far, Arizona State looking to be patient, but they pull it back out and quickly go into the goal. So it's not really a fast break opportunity. However, they are trying to be able to move quickly. They go towards the goal, pull it back out, and then quickly go back into attack. So as we wait for the draw to be able to resume play here.
That's our ball, Black!
And the draw is controlled by UCLA. And a green card has been charged. Green card looks like it'll be against number 20, Claire Mersluff, a sophomore attacker from Wilmette, Illinois. So the Sun Devils will be down a player for 1 minute. For those of you that are not aware, green card is a new rule issued this year to try to be able to make sure that there's not excessive attacks that are taking place in the midfield. You don't keep track of the number of green cards in a game the same way you do a yellow card. You're going to have as many green cards as are given, and it's only a 1-minute penalty versus 2. But it is to be able to ensure, again, the safety of the game so that there's not significant attack in the middle of the field. So UCLA has a player advantage as they try to take the ball in the middle, but they're cut off by the Sun Devils, who take the ball away, and a violation has been called against UCLA, so Arizona State takes the ball. Again, the Sun Devils are down a player for roughly about the next 30 seconds. As they continue to take the ball in the middle of the field, passing it back and forth. Sun Devils not really looking to attack the goal at this point. They're just making sure the penalty time is going. Now they are looking a little bit more to be able to attack. The shot is taken, and another goal by the Sun Devils. Looks like that was number 6, Bella Bazo, a senior attacker from Phoenix with her first goal. That gives the Sun Devils a 3-1 lead. So it's 6:43, just under the halfway point here in the first quarter. Again, it's Sun Devils 3, Bruins 1.
Let's go, CK! Let's go, Wes! You know where it's going! Here we go!
There's a bit of a wind that's picked up, and it's really blowing across the field, so it won't be an advantage for either team. It's blowing from the far side of the field to the near side. Again, not blowing hard enough where it really should make a significant difference.
Come on, Wesley!
But it has picked up. And UCLA once again controls the draw. They try to get it face off across the draw, and they do, and get a quick goal. And this time the goal is by number 14, Talitha Chang, the sophomore midfielder, one of the 3 main scorers for the Bruins. So right off the draw, a quick fast break, and the Bruins make it a 3-2 ball game. That's Talitha's 31st goal of the season. Again, she's one of the big 3 goal scorers for the UCLA Bruins. Like the Sun Devils, the Bruins said they wanted to be patient, but they also wanted to be able to take advantage of opportunities when they've existed. And one of the things that's happened on both of the UCLA goals is they've gone quickly from the midfield area right in front of the goal, taking advantage of those opportunities. So we wait for the draw. Because that goal took less than 30 seconds to score. As we're 6:32 here in the first quarter.
This is ours!
UCLA once again wins the draw. UCLA starting to be able to take advantage of winning the draws, but they throw it away. It's a turnover to the Sun Devils. So Sun Devils have it here on the near side of the field. As they take it back, looking to be able to set up their offense. Now here's a quick fast break opportunity as they come to the Sun Devils, march right down the middle. UCLA does get back and cuts them off. Devils have it here on the near side, go behind the goal. Again, the Sun Devils seem to be doing an excellent job of player movement off the ball, giving them a number of opportunities. Because they're not just moving with the ball, they have significant player movement out without the ball. Another try to go in the middle. Shot is taken by number 32, Alicia Caraba, but a save was made by the goalie, Kate Ruiz. Once again, Kate has it and just walks the ball up the middle of the field. Kate throws a high pass, dangerous high pass, but it is taken in the middle of the field, goes to the far side. Fast break was not available to the Bruins this time as the Sun Devils got their defense set up. So far, when the Sun Devils have been able to set up their defense, it's been strong. It's when UCLA has had a quick fast break opportunity that they've been able to get to the goal and get in front quickly. So far, the time of possession seems to be relatively even for both teams. It's what you'd fully expect from two nationally ranked squads. The ball goes in front and a goal is scored. And the Bruins tie it up is Rowdy Farmer, their other goal scorer. Gets a goal that ties the game at 3. So that each one now of the UCLA primary goal scorers, each has a goal apiece. And as I said, the game is now tied, Sun Devils 3, Bruins 3, with 3:47 left to play here in the first quarter. So one of the things that was talked about was making contact before entering the 8-meter mark. And Sun Devils need to make sure they do a better job of that, especially making sure they mark the primary goal scorers of UCLA. UCLA likes to pride themselves on their overall teamwork and having all of their team score. As a matter of fact, that's happened quite a bit over the past couple of games to get them here to the championship game. But realistically, there is a significant difference between their top 3 goal scorers that have 32, 42, and 31 goals to the next set of scorers that have just 15 or 14, and then a significant drop-off even from there. So you really got to be able to check the top 3 UCLA goal scorers. And one of the things that's obviously helping UCLA is there's now a decided advantage in the draw wins. That is something that they've talked about, is Talitha Cheng really has done a wonderful job this season and is continuing to do so, controlling the draws and getting those initial advantages for the Bruins. As the Bruins now move it out front, looking to be able to take a shot, and they do! And this time it looks like it was number 6, Sydney Ripple, a senior midfielder, scoring her 10th goal of the season, and that gives the Bruins a 4-3 lead. So after a slow start, falling behind 3-1, the Bruins have scored 3 reasonably quick goals within the last 3 minutes, and it's caused the Sun Devils to call a timeout. So again, with 2:54 left to play here in the first quarter, the score is UCLA 4, Arizona State 3. As the referees huddle at midfield, the players huddle around their coaches. We'll take a quick timeout and we'll return to the action shortly. Okay, we're back, and it would seem as though all the other games now here at Grand Canyon have concluded. So this is the final game of the tournament, and it's exactly what you would expect as the top two teams battling it out for the conference championship, both nationally ranked teams. And again, with 2:54 left to play in the first quarter, the score: the UCLA Bruins 4, the Arizona State Sun Devils 3. One of the interesting things about both of these teams is that roughly about half of the Sun Devils are from the greater Phoenix area. The other half are from all different places around the United States, where it seems a significant amount of the UCLA players are from the Southern California region. One of the other interesting differences between the two schools is Arizona State does have a Division I lacrosse team that currently plays in the Pac-12. UCLA does not, and UCLA actually makes a significant statement that says any of the UCLA players that are playing lacrosse are choosing to go to UCLA first, and then they want to be able to play lacrosse. And they're extremely proud of that. So one of the things which will be happening for the Sun Devil Division I team is they will be moving from the Pac-12. The Pac-12 obviously will be dissolving at the end of this season, and moving to the Big 12. And the Big 12 conference for Division I lacrosse will consist of UC Davis, San Diego State, University of Colorado, as well as the University of Cincinnati and the University of Florida. So for women's lacrosse for D1 in the Big 12, that will be the D1 schedule for the D1 Sun Devils. Again, UCLA, unlike their cross-drawn rivals USC, does not have a lacrosse team in the D1, so they won't be playing in the Big 10. It will be interesting to see if that continues, or if that may change. Because I think a significant number of changes will be taking place in that kind of arena, as UCLA now has the opportunity with a shot on goal, as a foul has been called against the Sun Devils. Sun Devil coaches cheering on the ASU goalie to try to be able to make the save.
Yeah, but the foul affected the shot. So that's why she called it.
And a foul has been called against the Sun Devils that affected the shot, so the ball will be replayed. The shot was taken and missed by number 7, Rowdy Farmer. But UCLA does retain possession. And a foul has been called against the Sun Devils. So it looks like number 13, Carolyn Underwood, will be taking a shot for UCLA. She comes in, takes a shot, and it's saved by the Sun Devils. And the Sun Devils gain possession. So a wonderful play by number 9, Alex LaBrosse. Skinner. Senior goalie playing her last game here in front of the hometown fans in Phoenix. Because Grand Canyon, we're roughly about 10 to 15 miles from the Tempe campus of Arizona State. And Sun Devils have it on the near side of the field, working the perimeter. Their player movement has slowed a little bit here in the last couple minutes. Now it's picking back up again as they take it in front of the goal, take a shot, no good. Taken out by the Bruins and a foul called, so the Bruins regain possession. Bruins once again go back to their goalie, who this time gives it off to the side, doesn't bring up the field herself. But the Bruins try to be able to pass it right to the middle of the field, and will it be a turnover? This is 50-50 ball being fought over. But the Bruins do pick up. And now have a fast break opportunity. And a nice save by the Sun Devil goalie. And that shot just went right underneath the goalies. And the Sun Devils are looking to see if there was a player in the way.
It hit her in the leg.
There is a discrepancy, as don't forget, in women's lacrosse, you're not allowed to have a player in the way of a shot, and there is a discussion to see if it hit a UCLA player on the way to the goal. As the referees are talking about this right now in the middle of the field. Because immediately upon the goal, you can see the Sun Devil goalkeeper, Alex Abras, taking a look and pointing and saying, wait a minute, it hit her, it hit her. So now the officials are talking about it. And they have counted the goal for UCLA. The goal was was the ball is allowed to hit the goalkeeper. They think it hit the goalkeeper, who's not, it's her choice, so she doesn't wear pads. So the rule is that it did not hit the UCLA player. So with 3 seconds left to play here in the first quarter, the score is UCLA 5, Arizona State 3. As neither team gains control. And so once again, at the end of the first quarter, the score is the Bruins 5, the Sun Devils 3.
Still some discussion that was taking place on the previous goal by UCLA, and what appears to have happened is it hit the goalkeeper in the leg, and then went into the goal. And if it had hit a UCLA player, then the goal would have been disallowed. And since it hit the Sun Devil player, it is the goalie's responsibility, wearing pads or not, because it's the goalie's choice if they're wearing pads, to be able to make sure that the ball is stopped. That was the reason why the goal was counted for UCLA. Because one of the differences in lacrosse between men's lacrosse and women's lacrosse is, without a doubt, the safety of the players. Is one of the things that you can see right off the bat, which is blatantly obvious, is the women's players are not wearing pads. This tends to lead to a much more fluid game. It's also much less of a physical game. So suddenly speed and passing are much more important. Because of that, player safety is substantially increased. So they definitely try to be able to make sure that things like blocking a shot, stepping in the way of blocking a shot, because don't forget, it's not just defensive players that are getting in the way. It's if someone takes a shot, knowing that a defensive player, another defensive player is in the way.
30 seconds.
That is a charge against the
You'll be the
offensive player.
final one. Yep.
as we've started to see, as an example, with the fabulous women's basketball tournament that just took place, there are differences between the men's game and the women's game in lacrosse, and the nuances of those differences make the games even better to watch. As the games are a little bit different, as the nuances of the games are a little bit different, but it definitely makes for a more enjoyable game both ways around, because it takes advantage of the player's skill sets. As we said, especially in the women's game, it's much more designed for those with speed, agility, and stick over size and strength. Simply just look at the size of the stick the players use, and there is a substantial difference. So the women's game, you must have much better stick control as the size of the sticks are substantially smaller. So we begin the second quarter, and once again, UCLA wins the draw, and quickly a foul is called against Arizona State. So the ball just remains with UCLA. As they work the ball around the perimeter, UCLA seems to be doing much better on fast break opportunities than their half-court set offense. So ASU has done a much better job of marking when they're in half court. Half field set, as you will. And a fantastic move made by the UCLA player. Fake to the right, or fake to the left, juke to the right, got a foul called. This is number 42, Cecilia Brooks. One of the few seniors looking to be able to make a difference here. Going in front is taken away by the Sun Devils, but still loose in front, and again picked up by this Bruins. Sydney Rippey has it now on the side, passes it out front. The Sun Devils let a Bruin player just go right through the middle of the defense unchecked, and that's a score for the Bruins. Making the score UCLA 6, Arizona State 3. The goal is by number 10, Catherine Irons, junior midfielder. That's her first goal of the game. As UCLA coaches said, it's not just the big three, as they have many people that are able to contribute. And Caroline Irons definitely went right through the heart of the Sun Devil defense and put a shot over. So UCLA has won several draws in a row. So we'll see if the Sun Devils have the opportunity to build this one. As the time of possession is definitely now starting to lean much more towards the UCLA Bruins. This time, the Sun Devils control the draw. Sun Devils look to set up their offense. Swinging the ball around the perimeter. Sun Devil player was double teamed and had it taken away by UCLA. is now coming out in the fast break, but the Sentinels do have the opportunity to slow it down. Nice defensive play there by Taryn Gleesh. The junior defender helped slow that fast break down. Taryn makes the play and has the goals going down the near sideline. But she made the defensive play and brings the ball herself into the offensive end.
Sentinels now have it behind the goal, but a careless pass turns it over to UCLA. Sentinels cut it off from getting it back to the goalie, which is wants to play, but UCLA taking it right down the side. Matea Martinez is going right down the near side of the field, all the way to the far corner. She still has it on the far corner of the field, so she's taking it the entire length of the field before passing it out front. Sun Devils have given up 5 consecutive goals, so it would be imperative for them to be able to get a stop here, or slow the bleeding, and get the game back under control. Still have it looking around the perimeter again. There's no shot clock in Club Lacrosse, so you can't take your time. As the Sun Devils tried desperately to get a turnover. Oh, but unfortunately a check from behind gives it back to UCLA. The check was made by number 77, Sienna Duffel, a junior attacker from Scottsdale. They're sending her off for 2 minutes. Check that. It's a green card. So she's being sent off for 1 minute. Thankfully, I'm going to be joined here by my color commentator, Chris Ross, here in a few minutes. Unfortunately, our microphone is unavailable, so you still have me. A dangerous play has been taking place by Arizona State, and once again, it looks like it's going to be number 10, Caroline Irons, seeing if she can be able to take advantage for UCLA. She comes in, takes a shot, and the shot goes wide. Picked up again by the Bruins behind the net. And Arizona State does go back to full strength, but a shot is taken and a score. That score is once again by number 13, Caroline Underwood, and that gives her a hat trick already here in the second quarter. With 9:10 left to play, it gives the Bruins a 7-3 lead. So one of the things the Sun Devils definitely talked about doing before the start of the game was making sure the players were checked appropriately as they got into the 8-meter area. And they started off wonderfully in that way, but over the past, say 8 to 9 minutes, there's been several breakdowns in the defense. As UCLA got its first goals all on fast break opportunities, but now it's all been on set-up offense. And again, 19 left to play. The Bruins have a 7-3 lead, so the Bruins have scored 6 goals in a row after falling behind 3-1.
UCLA has the ball on the far side. Is UCLA in the 5.5 minutes that have gone by so far here in the second quarter have totally dominated ball possession. The ball has been down on the second side of the field the entire time. A shot is taken and a save made by the ASU goalie, number 9, Alex LaBrosse, as the Sun Devils try to take advantage for a fast break opportunity. Now they pull it back. So Sun Devils finally kicking back in attack. One of the things that I think they need to make sure they work on, as coaches mentioned, is communication on defense. Is talking with their head coach, Ivy Rifty. She wanted to be able to make sure that the players were talking with each other, ensuring that all the players were marked. And they need to be able to continue to do a better job at that. As the Sun Devils now have it in the UCLA end. Sun Devils bring it in front of the goal again. They're looking not just for any shot, but a good shot. So ball control here, especially considering how much UCLA has had so far this quarter, not a bad thing. That was a dangerous pass though, with many defenders in front. But Sun Devils thankfully pick it back up and bring it back into the zone. Work around the perimeter. The ASU players have stopped their player movement. That is really hurting them. They're doing an awful lot of standing around, just watching the ball. So they're throwing around the perimeter. Players are no longer moving without the ball. That's not giving them opportunities to be able to get in front of the goal. But one-on-one, it's been very difficult for the Sun Devils to be able to penetrate the Bruins defense.
Clear through for each other! Come on! Clear through!
A little bit more off the ball movement, but still, nobody really cutting into the crease. And one-on-one, they're just not giving the opportunities. They're just, every time they go to the crease, there's 3 Bruins in the way. And unfortunately, the Sun Devils miss a pass and turn it over. So, well over a minute time of possession. Really without a shot. As the Bruins now take it, coming down the near side of the field. So about 5.5 minutes left to play. And again, the score is UCLA 7, Arizona State 3. And another goal takes place for UCLA. Once again, it looks like it's number 10, Carolyn Irons, getting her second goal of the game. So Carolyn Irons trying to be able to join the top 3 in today's game. And that makes the score UCLA 8, Arizona State 3. With just over 5 minutes left to play here in the second quarter. So after ASU had jumped out to an early 3-1 lead, UCLA has dominated from that point on, scoring 7 straight goals with a tremendous lead in time of possession. Let's see if they get yet another draw, as UCLA has a substantial advantage in the number of goals.
yet again. UCLA does control the draw. They're not going to get much time in possession if you don't get much draw. And a dangerous play is going to be called against number 56 of the Sun Devils. That's Lauren Stokes.
Can you guys make right there? Can you guys make sure when we go to attack, someone holds the Stokes out?
Lauren unfortunately used her stick and hit a UCLA player high. That'll draw a yellow card every single time. That's the second yellow against the Sun Devils, so they need to be careful as they'll be down a player for the next 2 minutes. Obviously, anything after 3 yellow cards means that you don't come out of the penalties box after a goal is scored, so they're not releasing it. For you fans that are not aware, releasable versus not releasable means only penalty. For example, a yellow card being a 2-minute penalty. Releasable means that when a goal is scored, is the player comes out of the penalty box and both players immediately go to close range. Non-releasable means that even if a goal is scored and it's a 2-minute penalty, the player still must remain in the box for the entire 2 minutes. So it creates a substantial advantage for your team. So once again, the Bruins have it out front. They have no intention of just hanging on to the ball. They're still hoping, looking for the best shot they possibly can. UCLA now has substantial player movement. Unlike earlier in the game where UCLA was standing around and much more opportunities, the player movement without the ball now is substantial. You are constantly seeing 1, 2, sometimes 3 players cutting towards the goal, one right after one another, looking for opportunities. Sun Devils are also a step or 2 late marking as they're cutting through. We saw that right then as a UCLA player cut right in front. Thankfully for the Sun Devils, they were able to get a stick on it and knock that ball away. The Sun Devils are now back at full strength. There's still a little over 2.5 minutes left. It would be imperative for the Sun Devils to be able to get a goal here and try and get into the UCLA lead before halftime. As we saw in one of the previous matches, is goals could come fast and furious here in France. There's a cross-body violation for the Sun Devils, so another opportunity taking place right out front for the Bruins. Looks like number 50, Courtney Copeland. Here takes a shot and wonderful save by the ASU goalie. Alex Lacrosse doing everything she can to try to be able to keep her Sun Devils in the game. So just under 2 minutes left to play. Let's see if the Sun Devils can create an opportunity here before halftime. They want to be able to take advantage of fast break opportunities, but they want to be smart with the ball. Sun Devils got their goals earlier in the game, is they would attack the goal, bring it back out, and then would immediately come back and re-attack. Let's see if they can be able to use that kind of strategy again, as we haven't really seen that much since the beginning of the first quarter. And they turn it over to the Bruins. UCLA trying to be able to take advantage of a fast break with 1 minute left to go here in the first half, as they're going right down the middle of the field, and another great save by Alex Lacrosse. Without some of the great saves, the Sun Devils could be almost down by double digits at this point. The Sun Devils take it into the offensive end on the far side of the field with half a minute left to play here in the first half. near side of the field. And a save by the UCLA goalie, who's in all likelihood just going to walk it up the middle of the field. No, she throws it up high, but there's a player wide open with 1-0, and that ends the first half of play. With the score, the UCLA Bruins 8, Washington State Sun Devils 3. Thank you once again for listening to us, South Mountain Sports. We're taking a break for a few minutes here at halftime, and we'll be back in touch with you shortly. as we're getting ready here to begin the second half of play with the score, UCLA 8, Arizona State 3. I'm joined here now by the president of South Mountain Sports and our color commentator, Chris Ross. How you doing, Chris?
Thanks, Craig. Glad to be on for the second half here. We've been running around all weekend trying to keep these live streams going, so appreciate everyone's patience as we've had some challenges with the heat out here this weekend, and we've been doing our best to keep the streams up and going, but excited to get back here, watch the second half of this championship game.
Chris, you missed an exciting first half. Is Arizona State jumped out early to a 3-1 lead, and things were looking great, and then all of a sudden UCLA was winning almost every single draw, had a significant lead in time of possession, and has scored 7 straight goals to be able to take that 8-3 lead. So it'll be imperative for the Sun Devils to start winning some draws and taking advantage of those opportunities and getting a lot more ball control than they had in that second quarter. And as we say that, UCLA wins the draw and gets a fast break opportunity themselves. That's how they scored 3 quick goals that got themselves right back into the game. Was exactly that. Thankfully this time the Sun Devils got back on defense and was able to slow down that UCLA fast break.
Yeah, and definitely not surprised to see these two teams in the championship game again. These two teams faced off for this championship game here at GCU 2 years ago. And if memory serves, UCLA got the win there. And UCLA, of course, runner-up last year, had that championship game out in San Diego against San Diego State and just narrowly lost that game at the end. So UCLA has just been a dominant team here in the WWLL for quite a while now.
Well, and both these teams are ranked. It would be my impression that both teams will be heading off to the national finals, but you always want to be able to go as league champions.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I certainly expect whichever team loses here today will probably still get one of those at-large bids for the Nationals, which I believe are in Wichita this year.
UCLA being much more deliberate here in the second half. And another great save is Alex Labrosse has really done an outstanding job keeping the Sun Devils in the game. She's made a number of saves. She had a really unlucky moment in the first half where a ball bounced off her leg and went into the goal. There was substantial conference among the referees before they counted it. Again, just an unlucky break for the Sun Devils. And realistically, that was one of the turning points of the half. Was after that, the Sun Devils maybe lost focus something, but suddenly UCLA was able to really take control of the game from then on out.
Yeah, not surprised to see Labrosse being a factor in this game. She's been kind of the anchor of this ASU team for quite a while. And
there's a shot and a goal by the Sun Devils. Number 20, Claire Molchloff. I hope I pronounced her name correctly. She's a sophomore attacker from Willamette, Illinois. And that's exactly what the doctor ordered for the Sun Devils, is just 2.5 minutes into the second half. That all cuts into the lead to 8-4. And one of the things we've definitely seen, Chris, throughout this tournament is it just takes one goal, and then all of a sudden they really just start coming in bunches. So the Sun Devils could get back in this game very quickly. Because one of the things that they talked about at halftime was teamwork, communication, and just working together in their enthusiasm. And I think that really showed there in their first goal. And you can already see it in the Sun Devil bench.
Yeah, and Claire Mertzliff, coming in, one of the top 4 scorers for ASU. She had 19 coming into this weekend, and I'm sure put up quite a few yesterday in the 2 games ASU played. So great to see her getting on the board here.
Let's see who wins this draw. Again, UCLA has been absolutely dominant on the draws so far today. The Sun Devils are able to come away with one. Ooh, and there was a shot to the back of the head. It was accidental, but that will draw a green card for unnecessary contact in the middle of the field. That green card is against number 14, Talifa Cheng, sophomore midfielder, and so she'll be on the bench for a minute. Let's see if the Sun Devils can be able to take advantage of this opportunity. The Sun Devils try to work it in front of the net, taking a shot, the shot's missed. Sun Devils still have it with roughly about 30 seconds left to go into the penalty. Yeah, it would be a really big thing if Sun Devils could be able to take advantage of this opportunity and cut into that goal, to cut into lead even more. As the ball's in front, just can't get a shot off. Now they do. And it looks like a foul has been called.
Yeah, Alicia Caraba hitting the deck there in front of the cage. But Sun Devil's going to get set up with the 8-meter shot.
Absolutely. Again, this would be a really important goal for the Sun Devils. Put some more pressure on the Bruins. Shot's taken, but it goes wide. Sun Devils still retain possession.
Yeah, just a good backup there by ASU to stay in position and keep possession off of these shots in case they're not able to find their way into the back of the net.
One of the things, Chris, they were saying at halftime was just to keep shooting. Is that, sooner or later the shots will go in. The only way you can get a goal in, though, is by taking the shot.
Yeah, definitely. Could certainly hear Coach Ritchie amping up her team here and saying it's not over till it's over. Play to the last shot. And great to see ASU come out with some energy here in the second half.
One of the things both coaches talked about, Chris, at the beginning of the game was their depth and their substitutions, because it is a little warm here today, and this is the third game in 2 days, so you may start to see some of the legs start to give out. So,
yeah, it's certainly a factor. I mean, I can just tell you from game prep here, every time we print off this ASU roster, it tends to overfill the sheet. They definitely have a lot of players here and a lot of depth to draw on. But a great transition here by the Bruins.
Yeah, number 10, Carolyn Irons, has made a significant impact on today's game. She scored 2 goals. It looks like we've got a green card that's going to be issued against number 77, Sienna Duffel, the junior attacker from Scottsdale. So the Sun Devils will be down a player for a minute. Of course, does it bring up an interesting question? Because Carolyn Irons is the only player on either team that's wearing a helmet. Is that optional for each individual player, or is it something for potential injury that they've had, or what would be the rules for players wearing a helmet? Because obviously that is a difference between the women's game and the men's game that we talked about briefly in the first half.
Yeah, some players like to wear them. It's a choice. They're optional. They're not required by the league. There's always some teams that will mandate them, but you don't see that too often. So, but some players, they grew up playing with the helmet, and I know the players that play with them tend to prefer to keep them if that's, kind of how they learned. And same thing goes the other way, though. If players don't wear helmets, they often feel pretty awkward, trying to play with them and adjusting to the vision and the feel of the helmet.
Oh, it looks like another green card has been issued to the Sun Devils against number 7, Brianna Gardner.
Yeah, offsides there, so that's going to put Bruins here with a 2-player up advantage as play restarts.
So it'll be imperative for the Sun Devils to try to be able to regain control of the ball to be able to kill the time down 2 players. But they get...
Looks like Lacrosse got a stick on that. Nice save. Lacrosse, again, great goalie coming in with 55% save percentage. Anytime a goalie's north of that 50 mark, that's always impressive.
Well, Chris, as we started talking about while we were in Tucson a couple of weeks ago, is with Lacrosse in goal, is she just adds another brick to her wall. Our tribute to classic rock music that we all love and enjoy. We hope this is better, as we were told that we're getting some wind noise on our microphone, but it was as the Bruins were scoring a goal. It would appear as though the goal was by number 40, Zoe Miskowski, a senior midfielder, getting her 16th goal of the season. And I know for a senior, it would be just a feeling you're going to remember forever. Getting a goal in a championship game like this. One of the things that we were saying earlier on in the game, Chris, is it's interesting, is each team only has 3 seniors that are actually on the playing field with 1 senior that's a goalie. So there's 4 seniors apiece, which for teams this strong, this ranked, is somewhat unusual. That they're very young, so not only are they good this year, they're going to be anticipated to be good for years to come. As the Sun Devils do win the draw, again, that's something they desperately need to be able to do more of.
Yeah, Kelsey Pinta coming in off the circle there. Certainly one of the faster ASU players.
With 8 minutes left to play, the score is UCLA Bruins 9, the ASU Sun Devils 4. One thing, Chris, the Sun Devils had very early on that seems to have dropped off is their off-the-ball movement earlier on was very, very strong. That seems to have dropped off at least a bit since the beginning of the second quarter.
Yeah, I mean, that said, that was a great look up to Brianna Gardner a moment ago, getting the shot off, but with that, turns back over to the UCLA here.
As we're past the halfway point here in the third quarter, it's definitely important for the Sun Devils to be able to maintain contact and not drop many more goals behind. So at 5, that's still you still are able to come back. So you don't want us to lose any more contact, anything larger than that. One of the things which is definitely apparent for UCLA is their stick skills. Is they pass the ball incredibly well. They don't turn it over. They don't make very many unnecessary passes by throwing the ball into a crowded area. Their passes are very crisp and generally to a player which at most only has 1 defender close by.
And even here, you can definitely see UCLA doing a good job taking care of the ball, working around the outside, and waiting for the right opportunity to bring it in. UCLA is constantly setting cutters into the middle.
Sun Devils doing a much better job of marking in the defensive end. Not sure what happened there, but it looks like there was a call against the Sun Devils.
I think we had a shooting space call, so Zoe Moskowitz going to get set up with a free position shot on Lacrosse here. Brings in. Great way to fake the goalie there and get the shot and goal.
Well, that gives UCLA a 10-4 lead at the halfway point here in the third quarter.
Yeah, you can just see Moskowitz coming in, kind of fakes low and shoots high, gets that top left corner. Great play.
That's her second goal today. So UCLA actually starting to show the teamwork that they had talked about. It's one of the things that they had discussed was they do realize how three players get a large percentage of their goals, but they heavily stress the teamwork that's involved, and they really want to be able to get everyone on the team into the ball game, because they say that their teamwork and their depth really is the most critical part of their game. And I think that's really starting to show here, especially in the second half.
Yeah, something I'll be curious to see as the game goes on here is how the heat factors in. It's certainly been warm out here all weekend, and I can tell you, just standing on this turf, I mean, you can just feel your feet baking on it. And I'm sure that's going to impact the players as well.
No, and I know it's one of the smaller things that people talk about,
but even for UCLA finishing higher in the league standings, just being able to pick their uniform color, I'm sure, especially on today's hot turf, wearing a white uniform versus black, does offer at least a small advantage.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, these are both, kind of Southwest teams, so they're certainly used to playing out in the higher temps.
it looks like we have a call here against UCLA, so we'll have a shot coming up for the Sun Devils.
Yeah, Brianna Gardner, the local junior here. Looks she's on the top center hash, but great read and save here.
Shot. And again, Kate Ruiz has, ever since the first part of the first quarter, where they had 3 goals within 5 minutes, has just been stellar in the goal for UCLA. That said, there haven't been a significant number of shots on goal for her to be able to save. Well, there was an unnecessary check there in the middle of the field by ASU's number 32, Leisha Caraba, and that'll send her off for a minute with a green card. So UCLA will have an advantage for a minute. I would think, Chris, with just over 3 minutes left to play, it's almost imperative at this point that the Sun Devils don't let them get another goal here and open up a 7-goal lead.
Yeah, I mean, Sun Devils obviously already have to start thinking about the clock here, and Bruins just doing a great job here with the slow break and really just chewing a lot of time on each of these possessions.
Oh. Especially since the 5-minute mark of the first quarter. The Sun Devils have had only 1 goal since then. So there's a lot of work to be able to do just to be able to get 6 more within the next period just to tie, as the teams are now back at full strength. Because it would appear as though UCLA really is starting to be able to use some clock. That at least at this point, they're not strongly attacking the goal. They're just working it around their perimeter. Because they're not really sending cutters to the goal, they're just maneuvering the ball around their perimeter.
Yeah, as they work the skip pass over again. Not trying to force anything here.
Well, another green card has been issued against the Sun Devils. This one was on number 25, Olivia Schumann, a senior midfielder from San Francisco. I think a little bit of frustration had set in where it was obvious UCLA was not really attacking the goal, and so there was just a push from behind. As the clock is down to a minute and a half left to go into the third quarter, and UCLA has held the ball pretty solidly for the past 2 minutes without really making much of an attempt to get to the goal. And even with the player advantage, they're still not looking to cut to the goal whatsoever.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, usually you don't see teams deploy this tactic until closer to the end of the game, or if they're in a player down situation trying to burn out some clock. But UCLA, no rush here at all to get the ball. They do fire one here. Caroline Irons, well, with the shot.
You never know. We did talk about it, Chris. Perhaps they're a little bit tired. They may have lost a little bit of their legs. We never know.
Yeah, and definitely, a smarter play. Certainly a smaller roster for UCLA compared to ASU.
UCLA definitely talked about their teamwork, but ASU talked more about team depth. So, and you are absolutely correct, as the ASU roster is much deeper than the UCLA roster. And with 4-3-2 at the end of the third quarter, the score is UCLA 10 and the Sun Devils 4.
All right, with that, we'll take a brief 2-minute intermission, and we'll be right back.
We're still in the game!
No power play.
Hey, Amanda, Leah, Sadie, let's go! We're not done. We're not done. Guys, we just held that. We're yelling at each other.
Seconds, 30 seconds.
All right, everyone take a deep breath. Ready? One step! At 14:33, LEQ subject. At 14:33, LEQ subject. 14:33 is when I can go in. 14:33. 14:33.
I wasn't there.
Hey, next year. We're going down for like 20 seconds. 21 seconds. Let's go, guys.
All right, welcome back to this fourth quarter. We've made a little microphone swap here, so hopefully the audio will be a little bit better as the wind started to pick up here on the field.
And thank you for letting us know, as we've said all game long, is if there's ever anything we can do better in bringing this game to you, please let us know. So we appreciate your feedback and letting us know that the wind was becoming an issue. As we begin the fourth quarter with the score UCLA 10, Arizona State 4.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Blame your help, Blaine. Blame your help, Blaine.
Arizona State still begins the quarter one player down. That penalty will end soon, and it just did.
It's Buena Bear coming over the restraining line. And I think this will really be a critical possession for ASU to get something going on the attack.
Absolutely, especially given the fact of what happened for the past 4 minutes of play where UCLA really was just holding on to the ball. Is if ASU can get a goal here and then win the draw, start to put some pressure on UCLA, there'd be a wonderful chance. But so I agree with you, this possession is huge for the Sun Devils.
You know, clearly UCLA's strategy is going to be to hold here on those possessions and just continue to run clock. So ASU may find themselves with limited opportunities for the remainder of this game.
Well, and UCLA has some tremendous stick handlers, and that's obviously to their advantage. But the Sun Devils do turn it over.
Yeah, great defensive stand here from the Bruins. Get up to Irons, and she's got the assist wide open on the net. It looked like LaBrosse may have gotten a stick on that, but it was hard to tell.
Yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't tell, Chris, but UCLA does maintain possession. And once again, there's not anybody within 10 meters of the goal. So he's working around the outside perimeter.
A great slide by Ibarra. Irons trying to work around.
Again, the Sun Devils got the turnover that they desperately needed. They feed it back to LaBrosse. As UCLA is marking them all the way up and down the field.
It's just another defender. It's just another defender. Good. Good, Lex. Way to fight. Here we go, Lex. Here we go. Hey, Stokes. Stokes. Are we ready? Not in Lexi, but
if ASU could actually break through this full field defense, they may be able to get some fast break opportunities.
Yeah, Riley Wilson coming in, but she goes down on a whistle here inside the 8 meter.
These three players all crash into one another. And it looks like Riley Wilson's going to get an opportunity for a shot. shot and puts in the goal. That's Riley's 5th goal of the season. It's got to feel great for somebody who grew up in Corona, California, not far from the UCLA campus, and a senior in her last game here in the greater Phoenix area, making the score UCLA 10, ASU 5. But that's got to feel fabulous for Riley Wilson, because you could feel the energy from her team congratulating her on that goal.
Just over 11 minutes on the clock here in the remainder of this Division I championship game.
In one previous game today, Chris, I saw a team that was behind by 10 goals, and suddenly they scored 4 goals in 2 minutes. So you never know what can happen if a team can get on a run.
Amazing. Bozo, good ball, Bozo. Good ball, Bozo.
Let's see if that can happen for the Sun Devils. But UCLA continues their dominance today on the draws. ASU covers that up very well. And UCLA actually is looking to attack this time. And a fabulous save again by DeBross. Oh, but she throws it into a bunch of people and throws it away.
Yeah, the great knockdown there by UCLA inside the CSA to get possession right back.
UCLA is actually pulling it out and not trying to be able to make quick one-on-one moves. And another save by DeBross.
Nice battle for the 50-50 here. Talitha Chang, number 14 for the Bruins, back there fighting for it.
We're at 9.5 minutes left to play. Score is still UCLA 10, ASU 5. As ASU takes it right down the middle of the field, seeing if they can create an opportunity. As Kelsey Pinnup definitely trying to be able to take an opportunity for herself and draws a foul against UCLA. So Kelsey has it from the 12-meter line.
I would absolutely love for her just to go away. Okay. But I can't yell though. Yes!
She takes the shot and scores! So, Kelsey Pinnup, the second leading goal scorer for the Sun Devils, puts in her first goal of the game today, and that cuts the lead to 10-6.
Yeah, that's a great job. You know, a lot of these players on these 8 meters tend to kind of run in and fire the first shot they take, but you see Kelsey kind of trying a couple moves there and doesn't see anything she likes, so she decides to go ahead and wait and then finds the right angle and gets it in.
Well, we've got a timeout called by UCLA. At 8:39 left to go in the fourth quarter, the Sun Devils have scored 2 goals to make this a game again, where it's UCLA 10, ASU 6.
And it's not working! I was just walking in the front down. Yeah! You know what they're doing? You know what to do on the draw? You gotta walk it out, the ball on the ground, you gotta use our feet to get there. Stick down, run to the fucking ball. Yeah, that's all it is. Kick a man while they're down. They're upset. Like, let's work off of that. Yeah. Hey, let's do every shot right now. Every shot. Play for each other.
They're falling apart. We're falling together.
We're back, and it was obvious the Sun Devils during the timeout have regained their second win and definitely are going to do whatever they can about trying to be able to make this game close. But I'm sure UCLA, with their experience, and just take a look at their overall record at 3-0 in the conference, 12-1 overall, they're not going to be easily rattled. It'll be interesting to see if they change their philosophy, though, about just pulling the ball out and trying to be able to kill time, is that perhaps has allowed the Sun Devils to get back into this game.
Yeah, I mean, 8:39 on the clock, still a lot of time here, and both of these teams have been in this position before, and I think there's a lot of experience on either side, so don't expect to see either team here letting the pressure of the game get to them too much. It'll be an exciting, I'm sure, 8 minutes here, 8.5 minutes to wrap this one up.
Well, the Sun Devil coaches were talking about a match in 2022 when they said they were behind by similar amounts at halftime and came back and won the game. So just trying to be able to convince our players, hey, if it's happened once before, it can happen again. Well, looks like we have a yellow card that's going to be given against number 20, Claire Muxlup, the sophomore attacker, and that's the third yellow card against the Sun Devils. So not only will they be down for a 2-minute offense, any more yellow cards would be devastating at this point for the Sun Devils.
Yeah, and I'm trying to remember, Craig, if that card against Mertzliff earlier in the game was a yellow or a green.
I believe the earlier card against her was a green card, not a yellow card, but it is 3 yellow cards against the Sun Devils.
So Mertzliff should be able to come back into this game, that being the case then.
But I would say it's imperative for the Sun Devils to be able to kill off this penalty and not allow another goal.
Yeah, and it seems Bruins here with the player up opportunity, rather than trying to get a goal, they just know it's that much harder for ASU to pressure out and try to force a turnover here. And strategy again just seems to be to limit ASU's opportunities to score.
What time do you go in? Minute left. 1 minute.
As we're just about to cross the 7-minute mark, and there's still 1 more minute left in the penalty. So even if ASU kills off the entire penalty, that leaves 6 minutes left to play. So once again, it'll be imperative for them to kill off the penalty and then to be able to take advantage as quickly as they possibly can. So if they can get it down to 3, UCLA will start feeling that pressure.
And a great stop by LaBrosse in the net. Like Chang worked inside, but Lesha Caraba was able to come in and save that. I think it was Kelsey Penta wasn't quite able to pull in that pass from LaBrosse.
There's about 15 seconds left to go in the penalty for Arizona State.
Oh, should I call Elliot? Yeah, that's fine. Here you go, Kay. Go to the cone. Go to the cone.
You're good, Kelsey.
Go! Hustle! Stick up!
So they're back to even.
Yeah, I'm
No foul
honestly
called there in the
surprised
box.
if that wasn't a call.
Yeah, it definitely looked like a substantial check, but
Yes!
a wonderful goal. Hard muscle. So after coming off from the penalty, she comes back in, gets her second goal of the game, and cuts the lead down to 10-7. Now that's the way to come off the bench for a penalty, is come in and get a goal.
Yeah, definitely a great way to respond. And
She just fucking ran out.
you know, goalies for sure, but even field players all have to have short memories in this game and not dwell on these penalties. Coming back in and a great play from Mertzloff.
And she's beaten a fantastic goaltender in Kate Ruiz. The UCLA coaches were talking about her, and she's made some incredible saves today. But again, the Sun Devils just haven't had that many shots on her. As when you compare the number of saves by Lacrosse to Ruiz, Lacrosse probably has three times as many saves. So Lacrosse is definitely able to keep the Sun Devils in the game, and it certainly has gotten closer. With 5:55 left to play, you can tell both teams are really starting to get into it. With the score UCLA 10, ASU 7.
Kelsey, yours. Get that, TK. Get Kelsey, yours.
When a whistle is blown, UCLA controls the tip, or controls the draw.
Yeah, Caroline Underwood, great job getting that over the restraining line here. And feeds over to Rowdy Farmer.
They call the foul. It looks like she may have slipped, so judgment call by the official gives it to UCLA out front.
All right, Brulak, got it on!
UCLA doesn't take the shot; they just pull it out.
Amelia, get through! Amelia, get through! Go, Marion! Yes, man! Yes, man!
So it's under 5 minutes left to play. And UCLA seems to be playing the clock again. Oh, and a foul goes against the Sun Devils. It looks like someone was hit in the face.
Yeah, I think it was an inadvertent stick contact. It wasn't intentional, but going to be a yellow nonetheless.
Yep.
Olivia Schumann coming off the field. She'll be out for 2 minutes, and definitely going to be very painful penalty here for ASU.
And again, that's non-replaceable, so ASU will be down a player for the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, that'll be non-releasable. You're right, and then
Non-releasable,
also that's going to be Schumann's second yellow, so she won't be eligible to re-enter for the remainder of this game. Definitely going to be an uphill battle for ASU at this point.
Well, you can hear the UCLA bench yelling out, 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 which means they're not necessarily looking to really drive it into the net. They're looking to be able to pull it away.
Get that ball, Blaine. Get her, Blaine, get her.
Cougar, take it! Yeah, Coug! Stop the clock!
And it looks like number 13, Carolyn Underwood, who already has a hat trick, is going to be taking the shot for UCLA.
David says you don't.
Comes in, takes the shot,
Oh, yeah, Alex!
and another save by
Stop for Alex
DeBross.
DeBross.
Exactly. And
Oh, leave it.
Leave it!
Taryn Gleesh slipping on the gravel there in the back.
Okay. I believe, though, Chris, that's the first yellow card on UCLA.
Hey, you guys need a mini to hold, I think.
It does even things up, which Arizona State desperately needed. Is there's 3.5 minutes left to play. So some Devils need a goal, and they need a goal quickly.
Pinta coming in, trying to make a play, but Bruins continuing to control. And the way to control the stick with the one-handed cradle is Bruins cleared over the restraining line.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Hey, who's coming in? Taya, hurry!
4, 3,
And another save by Lacrosse. So the Sun Devils now have a player advantage for a few seconds.
Yeah, and a great stop by LaBrosse.
We have a green card going against number 21, Elia Cohen, a junior defender for UCLA. So the Sun Devils are actually up 2 players now for the next minute.
Yeah, and only 2:36 left on the clock, which is not a lot of time to work with.
Let's go!
Yeah, it's imperative the Sun Devils get a goal, get one quickly.
Someone is open. Two open! Two open!
And actually, if they can get a goal before one of the... There it is! That's the doctor ordered.
Keep it up, Flag!
Yeah, and a great assist there. Flares off the stick of Pinta over to Brianna Gardner.
It's about grit right now! It's about grit! Let's go!
And 2:21 on the clock. 2-point game. Timeout called.
Timeout called by the Sun Devils. Again, with 2:21 left to play, this game has gotten interesting. The score is UCLA 10, Arizona State 8.
Everybody clap for Alex!
Hey, eyes and ears! Let's go!
Let's go! Here we go!
I'm fired up right now. Let's go. We got 2 minutes and 21 seconds. And then we're going to start off the next draw. Whenever there is a goal scored, when we score this next goal, I need you guys back on the circle as quickly as you can. Okay? We got 2 minutes. Everyone's grabbing their phone.
It's running clock, so we gotta be moving quick.
This is what we came here for! Smart passes, do not throw it away. Smart passes also. All right, here we go.
No, I think we're good.
All right, let's do it. There we go.
Here
Let's fucking go. Bring it home! 1 point!
Kill or be killed.
Kill or be killed!
Well, Chris, we're back. With 2:21 left to play, the Sun Devils have scored 4 straight goals and have made this a game, with the Bruins now ahead just 10-8. And this draw is incredibly important. If the Sun Devils can take it and cut this goal down to 1, it can become very interesting. Now, the Bruins have a substantial advantage in winning the draws today.
Well, this is that championship excitement that we love. We had some great championship games for WWLL last season.
I don't think you'd expect anything different from two ranked teams fighting for the championship in the last game of the tournament. This is exactly what you would hope for. So here's the all-important draw, and it's won by the Sun Devils.
No.
Number 32. A junior attacker from Philadelphia scores her second goal of the game, and that makes it a 10-9 game with 2:02 to play. I think you can hear the fans and the team in the background. This is the excitement of a championship game, that's for sure. The championship trophy is sitting all of 10 feet from us, and that's what these two teams were driving for, as well as that free trip to Wichita, Kansas.
Yeah, you're definitely getting the sideline noise, and still not even at the 2-minute mark. That was such a fast goal for ASU. 2:02 on the clock.
The Bruins have got their senior at the midfield trying to do everything they can to be able to get this draw. The Sun Devils have done better recently. We'll see what happens. This is real important here at the 2-minute mark.
That's ours. Get out.
And the Sun Devils do win the draw.
A great ball movement by ASU to swing the field as Pinta brings it inside the CSA.
It does make you question. Remember, we asked when the Bruins were pulling it out, were they losing their legs? With the heat, and I know we're feeling it here on the sidelines. There is a potential that may have happened.
Well, I mean, if nothing else, I think UCLA knows how dangerous some of the attackers are on the ASU side. And again, just trying to limit those opportunities, but.
It might have been like.
Duffel back at the penalty dot on the restart. And with 2 minutes on the clock, ASU with a chance to tie it up.
1:15 left to play.
Mozart looking.
And big collision took place.
Wait, hold on.
And I'm not sure of the call, Chris.
I think Murtaugh may have been called for a charge there, so that's going to be a turnover. Could be a fatal penalty for ASU.
Come on, get it back. East, close to the
Well, UCLA has some great stick handlers, so it'll be imperative for the Sun Devils to be able to take it away as we're under 1 minute to play. UCLA bench is yelling, hold it, hold it, hold it. So obviously their intention is just to be able to run out the clock.
Stop the clock. They checking the count.
I think there's maybe an offsides call coming here, Craig.
Well, there's 38 seconds left on the clock. They've got the clock stopped.
And as the players move down, it's going to turn over.
Let's go.
So the Sun Devils have it with 38 seconds left to play. Down by 1.
It's a huge opportunity for Sun Devils here.
The Sun Devils have absolutely dominated the fourth period of play. Let's see if they can bring it all the way back, or if UCLA can be able to hold them off.
Again, 38 seconds, Craig. Can ASU do it?
They restart the clock, and the Sun Devils come down the middle of the field.
Oh, good. Yeah, he's got it.
25 seconds left. And the Sun Devils turn it over.
Great interception and play, but
the Sun Devils didn't get it back. With 20 seconds left. 13.
10, 9, 8,
You can hear the Sun Devils counting it off.
6, 5.
Will they have an opportunity to get a shot? No, they won't. And that's the ball game. The final score, UCLA 10, Arizona State 9. Chris, that was one fantastic game. A fabulous comeback to Arizona State, but also a great hold on to UCLA, especially there in the last minute or two when the tension was on and they held their own and came away with the victory.
Well, you know, definitely a great game played by UCLA throughout and certainly deserving of this win. You know, they built up a strong lead early on, but they were smart. They didn't count on holding that. So just making some smart plays, and all that time they consumed earlier in the game coming to pay off here at the end is ASU just so limited on opportunities. You know, and ASU, great job fighting back, getting back in this, making it a one-point game, but Bruins going to punch their ticket to Wichita for that national championship and a shot at the big one. So congratulations, UCLA.
Well, one of the things the ASU coaches kept saying was keep shooting, they'll eventually go in. And I think that started to happen, where the Sun Devils were taking shots, but there weren't many saves that Kate Ruiz had to make. And suddenly in the fourth quarter, those shots started to go in. And boy, did that really start to put the pressure on UCLA. But I've got to say, is one of the key members of this game was probably from the losing team, which was Alex LaBrosse, is she made some outstanding saves to really keep the Sun Devils in the ball game when they desperately needed it.
Yeah, LaBrosse has always been a clutch goalie, and you know, again, I would fully expect to see ASU get one of those at-large bids, and they'll probably be seeing themselves in that national competition as well.
But the hat trick by Carolyn Underwood, the overall play by Talitha Chang, and some wonderful play by Rowdy Farmer really would help. But you know what? A couple of unsung heroes was number 10 Carolyn Irons, as well as number 40 Zoe Maskowitz. Those were two players that typically don't score an awful lot of goals. They each had 2 goals apiece, and boy, did that wind up making the final difference for UCLA.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, big shout out to Coach Sarah Duncan and that UCLA squad coming in. Again, you know, with quite a few less players on the roster here than ASU, playing out in the heat here in Arizona and getting it done.
Well, Chris, this has been a fabulous weekend for South Mountain Sports. I know it's been a lot of games, especially for you and the crew, and we really appreciate all of your efforts, that's for certain.
Yeah, absolutely appreciate that. And yeah, I think 18 games total that we streamed here this weekend, so it was quite the challenge. But we are definitely going to have some celebrations here, so we'll kill our mics and let you guys listen in on the celebrations. And thanks again for everyone for tuning in. And as always, you can make a tax-deductible donation at southmountainsports.com. Tax day is tomorrow, so if you're looking for one more deduction, we would certainly appreciate it. And that does go to help players with financial need play this sport. So with that, we'll sign off and let you listen in on the championship presentation. Have a great day.
No, they're nice too. I think great black and medium. And all the other ones, they're doubled up.
Oh, yeah, but I'm
I know.